Wanda Maximoff and Vision, two superpowered beings living their ideal suburban lives, begin to suspect that everything is not as it seems. Hey, what's going on everybody out there, and welcome back to my channel, Movie Files. Elliot here today with a very special spoiler-free review of the first 3 episodes of the brand new Disney Plus Marvel Cinematic Universe television series, WandaVision, which will be premiering its first 2 episodes on Friday, but in this video, we'll be discussing the first 3 episodes in this spoiler-free review. Before we dive into it, as you all can see on the screen now, make sure you all are following me on all my other social media accounts like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which you can find all those links in the description below. If you are new to this channel, welcome to the community. Consider subscribing, and while you're at it, hit that notification bell. That way you can get the alert for when I drop new content. It would mean a lot to me if you all can like and share this review. It not only helps out the channel, but I also appreciate all the support. And in the comment section, again, this is a special early review of the first 3 episodes of WandaVision, but I want to know your excitement level for this series. And of course, let's talk your thoughts, your theories, and your predictions of what you hope to see in these 9 episodes of WandaVision. And we're talking phase 4. So what do we think is going to be the connection between WandaVision, Doctor Strange into the multiverse, and of course, potentially Spider-Man 3? Let's hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. So ladies and gentlemen, WandaVision phase 4 is finally upon us. It's been a long time coming, right? It's been it's been a year and a half since we got in Spider-Man Far From Home. It's been a really long break, but I think that year and a half break really is going to benefit the MCU, especially into phase 4. So the way I want to handle this spoiler-free review is, again, spoiler-free. So I won't be diving into the spoilers. I won't talk about the plot. I'm going to be very vague, just giving you my general thoughts of the first 3 episodes. And I'm going to go ahead and leave time codes to let you all know the topics that we're going to be discussing and tackling in this review. So first topic on hand is brand new territory of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in phase 4, which is on television. Now, of course, we've gotten Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we've gotten the Netflix shows, and we've gotten some characters from the movies appear on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but we've never had it where the show affects the movies. But for the first time ever, we're getting that with phase 4 with this first show with WandaVision. And I'm going to say right off the bat, in these first 3 episodes, you've never seen anything like this in the MCU, which is so, I'll say this right off the bat as well. What we see in these first 3 episodes may not work for everyone, but for those that love these characters in the comics, Wanda and Vision, that love the characters in MCU and like the long format of storytelling, I think this is going to be the show for you. And in these first 3 episodes, this is so experimental. This is something brand new from the MCU in regards to the tone and also just the subject matter that they're tackling in regards to this situation that we find Wanda and Vision in. And this, to me, for fans of other Marvel shows like FX, Legion, this gets weird and very experimental and very bold, and this makes me so excited for what we can expect to see not only on Disney Plus shows, but also in the films. I'm really excited for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe based on these first 3 episodes, which brings me to my next topic, which is the Marvel relationships. Now, if you look at the relationships we've gotten on the big screen, the only one to me that's like the best relationship is what we get with Cap and Peggy. I think they're the best, they're the most developed, the most charming. You felt the love, especially when we get that last moment with Cap and Peggy in the dance in Endgame. I love them as a couple, and I'll show some respect to Tony and Pepper, but after that, everyone else is just kind of like, yeah, you know, either they're, I won't say yeah, but I'll say Thor and Jane, they don't work for me at all, but hopefully that might change in Love and Thunder. But you look at T'Challa and Nakia, we don't see them as a couple. Peter and MJ, we don't see them as a couple as much. And then you even look at Peter and Gamora, the couples really don't get a lot of time to shine or really develop that relationship. But in these first 3 episodes, you've never seen Wanda and Vision in this capacity. I mean, you look at just their history on screen together, whether it be the last minutes of Age of Ultron, they're really not together at all at Civil War. They're kind of butting heads at a certain extent when they fight at the airport scene, but they also kind of realize they have something in connection. And then the only time you see them embracing each other is in Infinity War, but it's only for like 5 minutes before they get disrupted by the children of Thanos. So this is the first time you'll ever see Wanda and Vision as a couple, and it's so charming, it's so sweet, it's so just kind of just makes you happy, especially if you're a fan of these characters. Seeing Wanda, seeing Vision trying to acclimate themselves into this new suburban Westview area is just so much fun. And again, just kind of transitioning into the characters and the performances. Elizabeth Olsen is such a fantastic actress, and she's played Wanda since 2014, or I should say 2015's Age of Ultron. We've seen her in that, Civil War, Infinity War, and of course in Endgame. And this is the freshest, most unique side of Wanda that we've gotten so far, because if you just look at her history, she's dealt with a lot of tragedy. She's lost her family, she's lost her brother, she's lost Vision, and we've only seen her kind of, and not, I don't want to say one note in a bad way, but we've only seen her in one light in the cinematic universe. But this time, she's happy, she's with Vision, she's a wife, she's meeting new neighbors, new characters in the first 3 episodes, and it's just so nice to see these actors that have been playing these roles for so long, getting to do something new with the character, as we see with Chris Hemsworth and Thor, from the first 2 Thors to what we got with Ragnarok, what we got with Infinity War and Endgame, and what we're going to get in Love and Thunder and probably in Guardians 3. When you're able to play these characters so long, you get to do something new. I would imagine as an actor, that has to be fun. And again, speaking of fun, Wanda's having fun in this show. She's getting into figuring things out with Vision. They're trying to, again, get themselves acclimated with the neighbors of this Westview town. They're trying to hide certain things from the neighbors, and it's just so much fun just seeing them be together as a couple, which brings me to Vision. Again, Paul Bettany, another fantastic actor, and he's really kind of played Vision kind of a one-way. We saw him as Jarvis, and then we see him transform to Vision in Age of Ultron, and he's only a couple days old in that movie. He's still trying to figure out his powers in Civil War, and unfortunately, we know how Infinity War ends. So this series allows you to explore what Vision's like more as a character. Paul Bettany gets to be funny as this character, seeing them in these different decades, playing the traditional husband and wife and all the absurdity that comes with those shows like I Love Lucy, The Brady Bunch, so on and so forth. It's just so fun to see these characters playing these characters that they've been playing for 10 plus years for some of these characters like Vision, playing something new, something fresh. Is just so much fun, which brings me again, going back to just more particularly without spoilers, Wanda's story so far. I would say the first 3 episodes, she gets the most meat of the story, is really focusing on her, which gets me excited for being a Scarlet Witch fan of the comics. Hearing Kevin Feige say that by the end of this series, we're going to get actually Scarlet Witch. She is the most powerful mutant in the Marvel comics. So I'm really excited to see that journey of the character. And so far, we're seeing these kind of planting the seeds of her kind of having a coming of age of story of sorts, where she's becoming a woman, because again, she was a teenager in what we get in Age of Ultron. She's confused in Civil War, and obviously she has a big loss in Infinity War. So we're seeing her becoming this powerful mutant potentially in this show. So I'm really excited to see her growth, and I thought she got the most to do in the 3 episodes. But that's nothing, no fear that you get a lot with Vision, and he has a lot of fun stuff to do in these first 3 episodes, which brings me to the other performances. I won't say what they do. I'll just say that Kathryn Hahn as the nosy neighbor, she is a scene stealer. She's so great in this role. I'm so excited to see what they do with her character. And also when we get Parris, who I'm a big fan of her work, I won't say who she's playing, even though the character poster's out there. I won't say the name of her character, but I'm just so excited to see what she's been up to, and also excited to see her relationship with Wanda. So I thought, again, Kathryn Hahn, Parris, great, and also the other supporting characters that I won't dive into, just add another layer of the comedy to this show, which brings me again to what do you do after Endgame, right? We've seen Thanos, we've gotten the Gauntlet, we got the Infinity Stones, we've had half of the world, the people of the world, be decimated. What do you do now in this new phase? And I think the first 3 episodes show you what Marvel can do in Phase 4, which is personal stories. I think of one of my favorite scenes of the MCU is, of course, bring me Thanos in Infinity War and Endgame, and what we get in Civil War and Winter Soldier and Black Panther. There's so many great action moments, but it's the quieter moments. It's Age of Ultron, the heroes at the after party picking up Thor's hammer, moments like that. You get kind of those moments in this show. Wanda and Vision going to bed at night. Wanda and Vision talking about having a family, having kids, having a future together. You get those quieter moments that builds character development. So once you get the action, it makes it more impactful. So I love that Phase 4, based on the first 3 episodes, is going to be more of a personal story, more in the mind of these characters. What are they going through? Again, we got to think about Wanda's history so far. Tragedy after after tragedy after tragedy that can't do well for the psyche, especially for someone that can warp reality. So I just love that we're going to dive deeper into the personal stories after having these big events after Endgame. So really excited for that aspect. Another thing I wanted to mention was just last week, it was announced that this show will be rated PG for television. That got me a little scared because I'm thinking, okay, if we're going to dive into the psyche of Wanda and Vision, especially dealing with trauma, can we really do that with PG? And I'll say this when it comes to the rating. The first 3 episodes don't really dive into the trauma side of Wanda, but I think we'll get that later on. But I will say in regards to the tone, it is tongue-in-cheek. It's very kind of quirky and wacky and a lot of comedy beats, which really work for me. And they're very entertaining. Again, when you see Wanda and Vision having some fun and being entertaining, it's a lot of fun there and it's really compelling. But regarding that rating there, going back to the slapstick funny nature to it, it works within the first 3 episodes, especially when you see the decades that they're in. It plays into the script what's going on. So I will say we don't get a lot of dark stuff in the first 3 episodes, but we also get an idea of where this show can head based on the first 3 episodes. And going back to the tone, don't get it twisted. This show has moments where it's a tinge of thriller. There's a lot of mystery going on, especially in a particular episode where, as you've seen in the trailer, Wanda, who's doing this to you? There's a mystery in regards to what's really going on in this Westview community. Is it Wanda? Is it someone else manipulating her? There's a lot to explore in this mysterious aspect within the first 3 episodes that I can't wait to talk more about in spoilers. But I will say there is a tinge of thriller as well as suspense and a little bit of mystery that I'm looking forward to in the rest of these episodes. Going to some other things I want to highlight. The attention to detail. I am so amazed by, number one, you got to think about this. Not only is Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen playing characters that they're trying to pay homage to and build the foundation from the comics, but they're also paying attention to the characters they've already established in the MCU, but also giving you something new and fresh and playing it into the decades that they're in. So there's a lot of different acting chops that they're giving you in this role. And the show creator, the writers, and the production of the show has been just, in the first 3 episodes, have been very impressive because there's so much attention to the detail, to the homages that they're playing to the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and the TV shows that they're appreciating and trying to bring to light within the MCU, which I really appreciate that. But again, going back to my Marvel fans, there are so many Easter eggs for comic book readers, MCU readers, and also just fans of just being like, oh, that's a really nice thing. So keep an eye for the Easter eggs, especially if you have been a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's a lot of things to pay attention to that I don't want to get into, but keep an eye out for some Easter eggs within the first 3 episodes. Last but not least, just kind of wrapping up this review here, I will warn you all when it comes to a comment that Paul Bettany made last week regarding there are more VFX in this show than there was in Endgame. Now, when I heard that, I'm like, whoa, this is going to be an action-packed show, which when it comes to the action in the first 3 episodes, there's not a lot of it. I'll let you all know that there. But with that being said, you got to think about these characters. Wanda, when you first meet her, if you know her from the comics, if you know her from the MCU, when you first meet her in Age of Ultron, she's not fighting hand to hand. She's manipulating the Avengers with warping their reality. So she's not really a combat action type of character. Same could be said about Vision. Yes, he has the stone. He could do certain things, but he's not really like an action type of character. So I wasn't really looking for a bunch of heavy hand-to-hand action within this series, but trust me, there will be some action later on. But in the first 3 episodes, it's more of building the characters, building the situation, building the stakes. So once you get further down the line and you get those more VFX, you'll get the stakes because you're going to care for what's going on because of the development of the character. So I will warn you, there's not a ton of action going on within the first 3 episodes. So wrapping it up, overall thoughts, I really enjoyed the first 3 episodes. Episode 3 is probably my favorite episode just based on what happens in the episode, the introduction to particular new characters, and also how it ends really gets me excited for the future of the show. And the first 2 episodes are fun, but again, the favorite for me is episode 3. So I would say overall, I enjoyed the 3 episodes. I didn't love it as much as some other people did, but again, I can see the seeds being planted for character development, building stakes, building this greater universe in regards to the multiverse. So it gets me excited to know that I'm going to probably fall in love with the show based on the first 3 episodes. So there you have it. I'm really excited for the payoffs. I'm really enjoyed the first 3 episodes, and I can't wait to see what Marvel has up their sleeves for the rest of the season. So as always, let me know your thoughts once you see the show, your thoughts on the first 2 episodes, and of course, we'll discuss the 3rd episode in the coming weeks. But I will say I do have a couple announcements. Number one, by the time this video is out, later tonight, tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, I'll be doing a special announcement video that may or may not have something to do with WandaVision and also the MCU. So keep an eye out for that special announcement Q&A video tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time. Of course, I'll be back every single Friday diving deep into these episodes, giving you all a spoiler review. But again, check out that announcement because I have another video or 2 or 3 coming to this channel regarding WandaVision and also the MCU. So tune in tonight to see what that is. Thank you all for watching this review. As always, make sure to like, share, comment your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my WandaVision content. Hope you all are staying safe. Hope you are enjoying this video, and we'll see you in the next video.